Happy Saturday. Yesterday, I did a quick video about a couple of friends of mine who had reached out to me about having some friends of the opposite sex and how that had created emotional ties that led into some relationship pitfalls. And so my Facebook Messenger here at Live on Purpose began to blow up about then is it okay to have relationships with people of the opposite sex, friendships with people of the opposite sex while you're in a relationship? Yes, it's healthy to have, if you're a male, having female friendships and vice versa. There's nothing wrong with cross-sex friendships that are platonic, and there's nothing inherently wrong with it. The question is how you navigate those relationships in a way that's healthy. So, for example, I just had breakfast with a friend of mine, and she's in a relationship with someone, and her partner has three female friends that he is giving advice to on their dating relationships, and she knows who they are, and she knows how many they are, and she knows the details of what's going on in those relationships. They communicate together about them, so they're above board. These aren't secret relationships. Cross-sex friendships are healthy to have, because it's nice to get the opinion of a person of the opposite sex, especially when it deals with relationships or work or something like that. These, again, are platonic relationships. They're not sexually involved. They're not emotionally involved. And so there's no infidelity in that when you're in a relationship with someone else. For me personally, when I was single and I had a husband and wife who were friends, and I would go over and visit with them. I remember one time we were sitting in the house, we were having a conversation, and the wife said, "Hey, I need to go pick our son up from school." I said, "I'll go with you." And she goes, No, I don't want you to go with me because there's not enough room in the back of the car, and I'm just going to pick him up real quick. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. And I said, well, then I'm just going to go home now. And she goes, no, I don't want you to go home now. She goes, I want to come back. I want to finish this up, and I want you to stay for dinner. I said, then I don't mind being outside. I don't want to be inside with your husband by myself. She goes, Patty, I completely trust you. I said, I know you do. But it's the appearance of by anybody else in the neighborhood that may see that my car's here, your car's not, and there's a lapse of time. So the husband and I sat outside, he smoked a cigarette until she got back, and we continued to have a conversation until his wife came back. That's one example that I can think of. I recently had an extra ticket to a concert, and so I talked to my partner about inviting a couple people to go with me, and there were a couple of males that I invited that I made him aware of. And so that was not an issue. But again, I communicated what that looked like up front. Now it ended up that I ended up going with the girlfriend because the men couldn't make it. I have somebody on my phone right now who says, hey, I've got this opportunity for you. I want to talk to you about it. We've been friends for probably a couple of years. I'm not going to meet him out and talk to him about this until I talk to my partner and say, hey, I just want to let you know this guy who's single, who I've known for a couple of years, has some, business prospect that he wants to talk to me about. Would you like to go with us? And I can set that up, or are you okay with us going together and I'll meet him in public, right? I'm giving you these examples because yesterday in my video I talked about emotional infidelity in the confines of relationships while somebody was married, and while these two people were married. So a couple of instances. And then the question that came in was, is it okay to have opposite sex friendships, and how does that look in a way that's healthy? I get it. I really do. But at the end of the day, communication is important with your partner, your spouse, and make sure that it's always transparent and it's always being communicated. Because once something's hiding, then that creates an issue. I have male friendships. My partner has female friendships. As long as those friendships are platonic and are transparent, then those, as a matter of fact, I've gained female friends as a result, right? And he's gained male friends as a result of us being together. So talk about your relationships. Be transparent about them with your partner, with your spouse. And I would take you over to 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 22. I'm giving this to you in the King James Version, but you can read it in the NIV, NLT, wherever else. But in the King James Version, it says, 1 Thessalonians 5:22, abstain from even the appearance of evil. Just keep it all public. That's all. Just that there is no appearance of it. And as long as that's been transparent and it's out in the light, then whatever's happening happens. When I was married, my husband went and met his ex-wife for lunch to talk about their daughter and some activities that she had going on at school and her grades, which weren't going very well. So they went and had lunch together. He told me that he was going to go meet up with his ex-wife and have lunch with her to talk to her about this. Guess what? Somebody came back to me. Of course they did, and said, "Hey, I saw your husband out with his ex-wife having lunch." And I said, "Oh yeah, was that last Tuesday?" Yeah, yeah. They went out to lunch together. Of course, they're talking about details about their daughter, and so yeah, I'm aware of it. But thanks for always having my back, and thanks for letting me know about it. Sometimes people can see things and want to start stuff that they shouldn't be starting. So as long as everybody's had my husband not come to me and said, "Hey, I just want to let you know I'm going to go out with, my ex-wife and talk," and I'm like, "Well, hey, why were you out with your ex-wife? Somebody just came to me and said that you were." But because I knew it was not a big deal, and quite frankly, even if I didn't know, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But that's just how our relationship was. But the appearance of evil causes other people to create gossip, to connect dots that aren't supposed to be connected, and can create a lot of unhealthy issues. So I hope that this helps you. I'll put 1 Corinthians here in the comments. You can take a look at it for yourself. That's chapter 5, verse 22. Just abstain from the appearance of evil. Keep your relationships with your partner transparent and communicate. That's all. There's no problem having cross-sex friendships that are platonic, that don't have the sexual activity in it, the emotional investment of intimacy, the emotional intimacy in it, so that you keep the marriage bed pure, right? So love God, love others. Have a great weekend as you're loving yourself.